Hello friends, hope you all are doing great. And today is the sixth class, and I'm continuing the previous class, the topic called tillage. As we covered few blanks in the last class, I would like to cover few more blanks regarding tillage. So let us start our class. The first point is the animal drawn moldboard plough is also known as dash. The other name of moldboard plough is victory plough. So please keep in your mind victory plough. The next one is objective of conservation tillage is mainly to conserve soil and water. Water means soil moisture. To conserve the soil, that means to conserve the soil by avoiding soil erosion. Then to conserve the soil moisture. The next one is, this blank is very important, which I am going to tell now. The moldboard plough was invented by three people. The first one is William Amos from England. The next one is James Small from Scotland, and the next one is Thomas Jefferson from United States of America. So these three people have invented moldboard plough. So you may ask the question, sir, if they ask the moldboard plough, the person who invented, then if they ask for the blank, then you can write Thomas Jefferson from United States of America. But keep in your mind, these are the three people who invented moldboard plough in different countries. Okay. Then the next one is moldboard plough made in India in the year 1920. Very long back, this plough was made 1920. This is the year. Then minimum tillage is always beneficious over zero tillage. Hope you know the difference between the minimum tillage and zero tillage. Zero tillage means without doing any tillage practices in the field, but minimum tillage, at the time of sowing we cut and open the soil to place the seed into the soil at certain depth. That is called minimum tillage. That means very minimal way we go for tillage practices. But in zero tillage we don't adopt any tillage practices. That's why they tell minimum tillage is little better than zero tillage, because in zero tillage wherever we are sowing the seed, there just we'll open the soil and we'll place the seed and we close the soil. That's called zero tillage. But in minimum tillage, minimum one tillage we go for to sow the seed. So always keep in your mind, minimum tillage is better than zero tillage. So zero tillage is especially for areas where soil erosion will be more, and also there is no time for the field preparation. So in these occasions they go for zero tillage. So keep in your mind, not all the time we go for zero tillage, but where soil erosion is very high, as well as there is no time for to go for the field preparation practices, preparatory practices we call. So for that we don't go for other tillage practices, but just we adopt zero tillage. That means without doing any tillage practices. Then the iron plough was invented by James Small. When I say James Small, you should be able to remember again moldboard plough. The person who is from Scotland, James Plough, he also had the part in moldboard plough. The same person invented iron plough, James Small. Then iron share, another tillage implement. Iron share was first patented in the year 1785 by Robert Ransom. So he is the one who invented and patented also. Patented means taking copyright, something like no one can invent again the same implement. He is the one, the authorship of that particular tillage implement called iron share. The next one is seed drill. Seed drill was invented by Jethro Tull. So earlier also I was quoting about Jethro Tull. So Jethro Tull has invented, what is that? The term wheat and also horse hoeing. The book he is the one who wrote. Okay. Then basic requirement of zero tillage is seeds placed in proper depth with good germinability. So already I said, for the zero tillage we place the seeds at proper depth. Just open the soil and we place the seeds into the soil and close the seeds with the soil at proper depth we have to place. That is the primary objective of zero. Then the next one is disc plough can be used in non-stony and grassy lands. That means the soils which are not having stones, in those soils only we can go for disc plough. After going for summer ploughing with the help of cultivator, followed by you can go with the disc plough to pulverize the soil well, and To cut the grasses which are on the surface of the soil which are growing, we can cut the grass into pieces by using disc plow. So disc plow can be used in non-stony lands as well as grassy lands. The next one is under zero tillage, commonly used herbicide is paraquat and dicot. So in zero tillage, before we go for sowing of the crop, in the field entire land will be with the weeds. So there is no particular plant where we need to protect like crop, but all the weeds can be killed. That's where they are using non-selective herbicide. Non-selective herbicide means that herbicide will kill all the plants which are in the field. There is no difference between the plant, crop and weed. So that's why paraquat, this is the non-selective herbicide where they go for application where we are adopting zero tillage. So zero tillage is commonly used. In that, commonly used herbicide is paraquat and dicot. Then the secondary tillage is done by only in seed rows in row zone tillage. That means in this crop, after we sow the crop, in between the rows only we go for tillage operations. Those operations called secondary tillage. So preparatory operations are something like primary tillage operations. That means before we sow the crop, the operations which we are doing like summer plowing and also followed by 2 to 3 floor plowing. But here, after we raise the crop, even whatever the tillage practices that you are doing in between the crop zones, crop rows, those all comes under secondary tillage, comes under intercultivation. Then the next one is the maximum water holding capacity is seen in clay soil. So we are having different types of soil: clay soil, sandy soil, loamy soil. So clay soil is the soil which can hold maximum water. So this is also one of the important blank. The primary objective of tillage is dash. So the primary objective is seed bed preparation. To provide enough soil support to the seed, we are going for the tillage operations. That's why the main objective is seed bed preparation. The next one is vertical section of soil is known as dash profile. You know that different origins you study from O, A, B, C. So these are the vertical section. That means in the soil, if we cut into the depth, these are the different types of origins will be there. That vertical section we call profile. Then which soil structure hinders free drainage? That is platy type of soil structure hinders free drainage. For example, just imagine this is the soil inside the this is the topmost layer of the soil. Inside soil particles are there. In the topmost layer, here instead of soils are having the minimum pore space, but here soil is joining together very closely and form like platy like structure where water cannot enter into the soil. That soil we call platy soils. So they hinders the drainage. Next, frequent harrowing result in destruction of soil structure. What is the meaning of frequent harrowing? The frequent harrowing means going for the deep plowing time and again. If you are going, absolutely it will destroy the soil structure. What is the meaning of soil structure? Arrangement of soil particles is called soil structure. How are they arranging? Okay, that we call soil structure. So that arrangement we are disturbing by going frequent harrowing. So that's why it will destroy the soil structure. Then granular and crumbly type of soil structure warms up very quickly. So when sunlight comes, this granular and crumbly type of soil structure will get heats up very quickly. See, for example, even based on the soil color, black color soils will heat up very quickly. Even sandy soils will heat up very quickly. So granular and all comes under that category where sandy soil will be more like. Then the porosity also very high. If you see sandy soil, the macropores and micropores ratio, if you see, macropores ratio will be very high in sandy soil. That means porosity is very high. Porosity is nothing but the number of pores we can say. So when water enters into the sand, can you see that water is stagnating or standing on the upper surface of the sand or the soil? But no, it will go into the deeper layers because there is no water holding capacity to the sandy soils. That's why porosity is also very high in this type of soil. Then most controlling factor of soil temperature is soil moisture. This is also one of the important blank. So soil moisture is the one which will control the temperature of the soil. So why? When we have moisture, absolutely, first what will happen, the moisture which is in the soil will get evaporate, then only slowly it will balance the, because ions are there in the soil where they will balance the heat. That's the reason, this is the main factor which controls the soil temperature. Then the next one is tillage results in decreased bulk density. So hope you know the particle density, bulk density and porosity. Three are there: particle density, bulk density and porosity. Particle density means, for example, just imagine these are the soil particles in a container. Just imagine this is soil. So particle density means the weight of only the particles. Only particles, how much particle is there. Then bulk density means both particles as well as in between the soil particles there will be a small space that we call porosity. Okay, macro pore or micro pore, anything. So this space and soil particle together we call bulk density. And porosity means only the space in between the soil particles, that space we call porosity. Particle density means only soil particles, porosity means the space between the soil particles, and both together we call bulk density. So tillage results in decreased bulk density. Please listen carefully. How tillage decreases the bulk density means, if you don't do tillage practices, what will happen, the soil particles will closely aggregate together or join together and they stick together. So within the area the number of soil particles will be very high if you don't go for tillage practices for the long time. So all of a sudden if you go and disturb the soil, what will happen, these all the soil particles which are very near us joined together or aggregates will get disturbed and they will get separated. So instead of having this many, they will occupy little more space either horizontally if space is there or vertically. So the occupied space will be more. So when tillage results, the decreased bulk density within the area, this much area, the particles which are there, when we do tillage practices, they may require little bigger area because we are disturbing and scattering the soil particles. So always keep in your mind, tillage results in decreased bulk density. Then plow that cuts V-shaped furrow with no inversion is called wooden plow. This is the wooden plow or country plow. This is the plow which will cut the soil in V shape. Hope you know the parts of the country plow. So you know about the shear, okay, beam. So when it cuts the soil, it will cut in the shape of V without any inversion. Inversion means it will not invert the soil, just it will cut open, that's it. Then multi-purpose plow is called country plow. In India still, so though we are getting so many implements which are operated by tractor and any other machineries maybe, but still country plow rules. That's the reason this is called multi-purpose plow. Then next one is 1 centimeter surface soil will have 150 tons of weight. That means in 1 hectare land area, just imagine 1 centimeter height, and if we keep in 1 hectare land area, if we keep soil for 1 centimeter height, if you weigh that entire soil, it will come around 150 tons of weight. It will weigh 150 tons. If it is for water will have around 1 lakh liters. Okay. Then for puddling soil should have at least 20% of clay soil. So if you want to raise rice crop where we go for puddling operations, for that particular soil minimum we require 20% of clay soil. Otherwise what will happen, soil will not have water holding capacity, then absolutely we cannot keep standing water in the rice field. That's the reason minimum 20% is required. Zero tillage is successful in rice followed by wheat cropping system. This is also one of the important blank. Then sand, silt and clay. The arrangement of sand, silt and clay is called soil structure. Just now I say soil, the arrangement of soil particles called soil structure. Those particles are sand, silt and clay. So these three together, the arrangement of sand, silt and clay is called soil structure. The next one is pore space maximum in sandy soil. I already explained. So because sandy soil is not having much mineral matter, where the particle size is little big and the macro pores number is very high, so pore space will be high in sandy soil. Soil texture means what? So here I explained about the soil structure. Soil texture means size of the soil particle, how big or how small, or when you hold the soil particle how you feel it. That's called soil texture. Then the next one is amount of pore space in soil depends on texture and structure. So both are very important. They play crucial role in the pore space. So if you have more number of much amount of clay soil, then automatically micro pores will be high compared to the macro pores. Micro pores are meant for to hold water. Macro pores are meant for to have aeration or air. So it completely depends, the pore space completely depends on texture and structure. So hope this class is very useful for you all. If you like this class, please like the video, and if you are finding very informative, please share with your friends and make them to be also be benefited of these classes. Thank you so much.